cafe was alive with laughter, clinking cups, and the smell of roasted coffee beans. But for Emma, everything felt painfully still. She sat by the window in her wheelchair, hands folded tightly in her lap, heart pounding with anticipation. It was her first date in 4 years. After the accident that took her ability to walk, she'd avoided dating entirely. But tonight, she'd dared to hope again. Her date, Jason, had seemed kind online. Charming, funny, understanding. When he said he didn't care that she was paralyzed, she believed him. She even wore her favorite dress, soft lavender with a floral print, and practiced smiling in the mirror. But now an hour had passed. Her untouched cappuccino had gone cold. Jason wasn't coming. The laughter around her grew louder, and every chuckle felt like it was aimed at her. A couple at the next table held hands and whispered. A waiter kept glancing sympathetically in her direction. Emma blinked fast, refusing to cry in public. Maybe he's just late, she whispered to herself, even though she knew the truth. Just then, the cafe door chimed, and a tall man stepped in, holding the hand of a little girl in a red coat. The man looked expensive, tailored suit, silver watch, and an aura of quiet authority. The little girl, maybe 6 or 7, had golden curls and curious eyes that immediately found Emma. "Daddy," the girl whispered, tugging his sleeve, "why is that lady sad?" Emma looked away, embarrassed. She didn't want pity, especially not from strangers. But the little girl let go of her father's hand and marched right over. "Hi," she said brightly. "I'm Lily. You look pretty." Emma couldn't help but smile. "Thank you, sweetheart. Why are you sad?" Lily asked with innocent honesty. Before Emma could answer, the man walked over, clearly apologetic. "It's okay," Emma said softly. "She's just curious." He smiled politely. "I'm sorry. My daughter tends to make friends faster than I can keep up." "That's a wonderful thing," Emma said with a small smile. "The world needs more of that." He extended his hand. "I'm Ethan, Emma." There was a moment, brief but warm, where their eyes met, and Emma saw something genuine in his gaze. Not pity, just kindness. Lily looked between them eagerly. "Can we sit with you? Daddy says coffee tastes better when you share it." Ethan chuckled. "I might have said something like that." Emma hesitated, then nodded. "I'd like that." They sat together. Lily chattered endlessly about her dog, her school, her favorite cartoons, and for the first time that evening, Emma laughed. Ethan listened intently, occasionally smiling at Emma, as though he saw something deeper in her than what most people noticed. When Lily ran to the counter to pick a muffin, Ethan looked at Emma and said quietly, "If you don't mind me asking, were you waiting for someone?" Emma's smile faltered. "I was, but I think he changed his mind." Ethan's jaw tightened slightly, and he made a very poor choice. Emma looked down at her cup, blushing. "You don't have to say that. I'm not saying it out of pity," he said. "I've seen people walk away from good things because they couldn't see beyond their own expectations." Emma met his gaze, and for a moment, it felt like time paused. They talked for hours, about life, about second chances, about how Ethan was raising Lily alone after losing his wife to cancer 2 years earlier. "She taught me everything about love," he said quietly. "Even in her last days, she said, 'Don't close your heart when I'm gone.'" Tears stung Emma's eyes. "She sounds amazing." Ethan nodded. "And she'd have loved your strength." When the cafe lights dimmed near closing time, Emma realized how late it had gotten. "I should go," she said reluctantly. Ethan stood. "May I walk you out?" Emma looked down at her wheelchair, then smiled faintly. "I'd like that." Outside, the night air was cool. Lily was half asleep in Ethan's arms, her head resting on his shoulder. Before leaving, Ethan said softly, "You know, I came here tonight because Lily wanted hot chocolate. But maybe it wasn't just coincidence." Emma's breath caught. "What do you mean?" He smiled. "Maybe life wanted me to meet someone who reminds me what courage looks like." Emma didn't know what to say. She just nodded, her heart fluttering for the first time in years. A week later, Ethan called, and then another week after that. Slowly, friendship turned into something deeper. He'd bring Lily to Emma's physiotherapy sessions, cheering her on. Emma, in turn, taught Lily to paint, to see beauty in imperfection. Months passed. One evening, as the sunset poured gold through Emma's apartment window, Ethan knelt beside her wheelchair, holding her hand. "I thought I was done with love," he said softly. "But you showed me that sometimes. Love doesn't need fixing. It just needs to be seen." Tears filled Emma's eyes as she whispered, "You saw me when no one else did." He smiled. "How could I not?" Lily came running in, holding a paper heart she'd drawn. "Look, it's us. Daddy, Emma, and me. We're a family." Emma laughed through her tears as Ethan wrapped an arm around her shoulders. And in that moment, the woman who had once been left behind finally realized she was never truly broken. She was just waiting for someone who'd see her whole. Moral, sometimes. The people meant to heal us don't come when we plan. They arrive when our hearts are brave enough to stay open. Love doesn't see limitations, it sees souls.